Hi students, welcome back to my channel. My name is Mrs. Crosby and today in this video we're going to tackle tasks 5 and 6 of the 2025 S.E.A. ELA paper. As you know, we're in section 2. So this is the third video in an entire playlist of videos where I cover the S.E.A. 2025 ELA paper. Comment down below if you've been enjoying this series so far. Make sure to subscribe to the channel and share with a friend who you know may have written the 2025 exam or who may be preparing for the 2026 or even 2027 examinations. Let's get into task number 5. Now, task number 5 this year was a poem about a puppy named Rex. And I don't know what kind of puppy that Rex was, and I don't know what kind of puppy this is. But comment in the box down below what kind of puppy you think Rex might have been. Let's get into the poem. In the backyard confusion, my dog takes the lead. He's a furball who is mischievous indeed. He likes digging holes. He works very hard. He's a four-legged clown, but king of his yard. He's a sneaky old bandit, small in size. Shoe, sock, or sandal, his daily prize. Dinner time, though, he has lots of fun. Once it falls off the table, he grabs and runs, chasing his tail in circles like a merry-go-round or wriggling and rolling on the ground. He's so silly at times, but a companion I adore, always at my heels, greets me at the door. When the moon is out, our protector stands alone. A watchdog emerges, a guardian of his home, defending his territory. His bark is like thunder, not a burglar dares to enter. In his quiet moments, when everything calms down, he curls up beside me, no sign of a frown. A tail wagging family member, Rex will always be, bringing joy and laughter to everybody. A wonderful poem about a beloved family pet, and this guy's name is Rex. All right, so let's go to the questions and suggested responses. So if you've been following any of this section 2 answer or suggested responses, you would know that answers may vary for reading comprehension. Once your answer can be found in the text, so there's some relevance to the passage, poem, or graphic, you are going to get your marks. You simply have to make sure that your answer is relevant and that it makes sense in the context of the passage. So, question 1 says, name one of the dog's prizes that is listed in stanza 2. And you can list any one of the following to get your 1 mark. So, the options from stanza 2 were shoe, sock, sandal, and food from the dinner table if it manages to fall on the floor, right? All right. So, question 2, write one example of a metaphor used in stanza 2 and one example of a simile used in stanza 2. In the previous video, the one where we discussed the reading comprehension passage, go back to that video for a clear explanation of what's a simile as opposed to what's a metaphor. In this poem, an example of a metaphor is he's a sneaky old bandit, and an example of a simile is his bark is like thunder, and that comes out of stanza 4. In question 3, state one quality of Rex's owner and support your answer with evidence from the poem. I think that Rex's owner seems to love him or is a loving person. And my evidence for the answer to that question is they literally call Rex a family member in stanza 5. He's called a tail wagging family member. It seems as though the owner is entertained by Rex, laughs at Rex's jokes, it doesn't scold Rex, is not harsh or mean with him. The owner seems to love Rex quite a lot. Question number 4. Give the meaning of the following words as used in the poem. So, any of the following words would be suitable for the word companion used in line 11. The word friend or partner are good matches for the word companion. And for territory, any of the following, such as domain, home, or even space, can be considered someone's territory. All right. So, let's go to question number 5. What is the mood in stanza 3? Write one detail to support your answer for 2 marks. Now, whenever we talk about mood, we're talking about the emotions that the poem makes you feel as the reader. What emotion words can you think about? Happy, sad, frightened, angry, surprised. Those are some emotion words. So, whenever we are asked to reply or respond to a mood question, we're going to state how the poem or the text makes us feel. So the mood in this case is that it made me feel a little bit silly or excited. And the detail that supports my feeling of silly or even excited would be that stanza, that line in stanza 3 where Rex is described as chasing his tail like a merry-go-round. It means that Rex is doing silly things which make the reader laugh. Very, very similar to the puppy that I showed you at the beginning of this video, this guy who's going round and round and round in circles, just like Rex. All right. So those things make the reader laugh, and because the reader laughs at Rex's behavior, that makes us feel happy, silly, or even excited. Question 6. How do you feel about Rex? Give a reason for your answer. I admire Rex. Rex is both a loyal pet. He also provides security, but he is a great source of fun, relaxation, and recreation for the family as well. So he's not just a silly pet. He's not just a security dog. He's been able to demonstrate that he can do both and everything in between the majority of the time. For question 7, the question is suggest a suitable title for the poem. Give a reason for your answer. Now, as we discussed when we talked about the reading comprehension for task 4 in the previous video, and you can go back to that in our playlist, uh, when we talk about titles, we have to make sure that it sounds like if it's a poem or it sounds like if it's a story, right? Because if we are distinguishing between or if we're telling the difference between something that is non-fiction and something that is fiction, we should be able to tell by the title. So a good title for this poem may be Our Good Boy Rex or Our Loving Dog Rex. Anything like that could work. And the reason that those are appropriate or those are suitable would be because the title, um, Good Boy Rex or Good Boy, is something that Rex is probably told all the time by his owners. Whenever he does something that they are happy with or pleased about, they may say, Good boy, who's a good boy? And I'm certain that you say that to your pets as well. All right, so Our Good Boy Rex is a wonderful or suitable title for this poem. Let's get into task number 6. So, task number 6 in the 2025 paper was a graphic. And this robot that you see here is giving you a preview of the robot that was used in the exam. This is the robot that was used. As you can tell, it starts with the word starring, and then they have the names of Daniel Smith, Amanda Felix, Tony Khan, and Brent Davis. It says directed by Sean Garcia, coming in June 2025. Those are the only words. We see a large image of a black and white robot, and on the top of the picture or up on the chest of the robot, the words rise of the next generation are used. And then this is a critical portion of information down at the bottom left-hand corner of the left-hand corner of the poster where it says G, general audiences. That tells us that this is a movie poster and that this movie is titled Rise of the Next Generation. And since it is directed by Sean Garcia and it says starring, actors in the movie would be Mr. Smith, Miss Felix, Mr. Khan, and Mr. Davis. All right. So the questions. And as you know, for the graphic comprehension, we generally only have 3 or 4 questions being asked for the graphic comprehension. This is the shortest of all of the reading comprehension passage types. Question number 1, name 2 actors in the movie. And all we have to do is go back to the graphic and find uh, the names of two persons who are said to be starring in the movie. And I've used Daniel Smith and Amanda Felix. So that's for 2 marks. Question two, suggest one place where you would find this poster. And if it's a movie poster, I would suggest that I would think that we would find it in places such as Movie Town in Port of Spain, Movie Town in San Fernando, Caribbean cinemas. But we need to say that we would find it in a movie theater or in a cinema. All right. So we don't necessarily have to use the proper noun names of these movie theaters or cinemas, but we definitely need to tell the examiner that it's a movie theater or cinema where we would find these posters. A movie theater or a cinema is a smart place to advertise this movie because how about you put your answer down below for question two? What do you think is a good reason? Think about it. Have you ever been to the movies before? While you're going to see one movie, you happen to see posters for other movies, and that's how you know what you might want to see next. So, in the comments down below, how about you tell me what is the end, or what's a good way to end this sentence? A movie theater or cinema is a smart place to advertise this movie because I'm looking forward to seeing your comments down below. Okay, guys? All right, question three. Based on the poster, what type of movie might Rise of the Next Generation be? Give a reason for your answer. I think this is a science fiction movie. You know, if we think about different movie types, we have action movies, comedies, adventure movies, romance, horror, or supernatural movies. I think that this is a science fiction movie. And the reason that I think that is because the large picture of the robot at the center of the flyer or of the poster uh, suggests to me that this movie is going to include some science fiction. Yeah. All right. Question four. If you were the creator of the movie poster, what image would you have used instead of the robot? Give a reason for your answer. This is an interesting question because if we're thinking about science fiction, we have to think about the title of the movie and also the type of movie. And therefore, I thought that a group of children is a good way to replace, or might be a picture of a group of children would be a good picture to replace the robot image because, as you are, children are all representations of the next generation or of the future. So I think that using a picture of children may be a good way to depict or to show who the next generation is. Yes? Guys, that's going to do it for this very quick run through, this walkthrough of the S.E.A. 2025 ELA paper section 2. And in this video, we explored tasks 5 and 6, the poetry comprehension and the graphic comprehension. If you're interested in joining my class, reach out using the contact information in the description box below. Please like the video, subscribe to the channel, and be sure to join me for the very next video. We're going to be talking creative writing. See you then. Bye for now.